That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Rashad Milligan. As always, this is the road to 5K subs. If you are new to the channel, we are so close to 5K subs. I can taste it. That was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was unacceptable. I apologize to everybody who had to witness that or hear that, because I had I just listened to this, bro. Fogtavious Vandross 2. Foggieraw decides to drop a mixtape on a Monday. For some reason, I seen him, what was it, a month ago? And I was like, yo, you haven't dropped in a long time. And he said, bro, I'm about to drop very soon. Very soon. And I said, okay, all right, dapped him up. We went our separate ways. A couple weeks later, he drops the joint with the Prairie View joint with Mana Leo. A couple weeks later, I don't even know if he announced this. I don't think he did. He drops Fogtavious Vandross 2. Now, I've always been a Foggy guy ever since I've been introduced to him and things of that sort. Like he's always been like one of my guys and stuff, because he made cool music. He made cool music, excuse me, and he never hit the fact that he was a Christian. I was like, okay, this is a nice mixture of like coolness, but also like Christianity and walking the right path. I don't know. It was just very relatable music. And then he mumbled, but it was like the mumble was surrounded by a stream of consciousness that was like higher level thinking. So I was like, I respected it. Everything like that. And that's what he did for the first couple of years of his career. I don't know when the switch happened. Maybe perhaps after the Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats co-signed, that kind of like elevated his public presence another level a couple years ago when they cleared the sample for You Don't Know My Name. But it was like, what this new bag that he's been in for the past 2-3 years is like, he's very much leaned into, it's like social media comments. We're saying, oh, he's like a poet. He does spoken word about women and kids like he's 15. And he's like, well, what do you want me to rap about? Like guns and violence? Like, that's not what I live in. We all can't just continue to just rap about that all the time. He leaned into that and he became like a complete poet with his verses and everything like that. Like he breaks it down and it's beautiful. Each way, each verse is constructed, and he tells a story, and the stories that he tells are eloquent and they're beautiful and everything. Like, I just really rock with it. And the one verse that stood out to me before this album, before this mixtape, was his verse on Cows You Should Know. And he's breaking down what it seems like he's kind of talking about his career. And it's always Foggieraw, the character, and Foggieraw, the man. And I don't want to say it's government, but it's always those two people. And it feels like those two worlds blended within each other and really kind of became one on that particular verse, where he was talking about, I can't fall in love. If my fans found out that I fall in love, am I going to lose all of my fans because my entire brand is based off of being a player? And what if they find out, like, in it, but the way he says it is like, and what if all my expectations of being an up and coming rapper and on the verge of a boom are set to crumble? And I'm like, MF doing, like, the way he said it was just very unique. And I don't know. I was just really listening to what he was saying. And I was like, yo, nobody else is rapping like this right now, bro. And on this project, he opens it up with the lighthearted kind of like singles that have been out for a little while now, like with Young, the B Word Dimbo, or is there another one? Instagram story. I think he's teased before. A couple of these he's teased before and posted on his social media, but the joints that aren't on there, and I say probably everything after Instagram story. Well, no, not even just after Instagram story, because the song before Instagram story is 5.5 minutes. Hold on, let me see. The good with the bad. It's like another level. He takes that different step with the samples, with the instrumentation, with the just bridges and hooked. Like, is I don't know. He was setting it up to be in the consideration for album of the year, and in my opinion, he said that immediately. These are just my immediate thoughts. I can go into a full deep dive of all the lyrics and stuff because I only heard it once. I just listened to it, but A Lover's Quell, stupid, bro. Persona, like he ends the album very, very strong. These last three songs, A Lover's Quell, Persona, and Introverted. Introverted, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it 100%. I almost was like on the verge of like, you know what I'm saying, being emotional, like tears, crying, like not even to be extreme with it, but Foggy, his approach to music and his approach to hip hop as a Christian, as a devout Christian, as someone who reads his Bible and obviously grew up in the church and grew up with a family that was like strict Christians and everything like that. And slowly over the years, kind of rolling out the fact that he uses profanity and he engages in actions that other Christians might look down upon and judge because their sins and their hiccups and their steps and those things that their vices that they struggle with aren't as public and aren't in the light as much as his are, as he chooses them to be. I think it brings the most genuine and honest version of Christian rap and Christian hip hop that we'll ever see. And I don't know, I respect them for that and everything like that. It gives a real raw perspective and example of what a Christian looks like in its duality in all aspects of life. What a Christian looks like in the club, what a Christian looks like at a party, what a Christian looks like on the radio, what a Christian looks like at an underground open mic in some random place in PG County in Maryland, right? Like I rock with what he represents. And all in all, I think everybody, if you're into hip hop, if you're into spoken word, if you're into poetry, if you're into Christian hip hop or anything like that, but you're open to hearing explicitives because there's a lot of explicitives on this album. I say give this a try. Fogtavious Vandross 2. Me personally, my initial rating of it will be an 8.7 out of 10. Because and I'll probably even give it a higher after keep listening to it. But I give it such a high rating because it's something different. It's something that we haven't heard before. I do think a couple of, I don't know. It's my first listen. It's my first listen though, but the way he breaks down words and it's like Tyler Creator. Like Tyler Creator says the most basic thing sometimes, and he says his fun part of being a rapper is breaking down and describing everyday mundane things and making it turning into something interesting the way that you describe it with your words. Like instead of saying laying down on the ground, a blade of glass pricks my. Andre 3000 did it in Life of the Party, and I feel like Foggy does like a great job of that, of just breaking down things. And his rapping's on a different level right now. And the instrumentation and bridges that he puts like in deep cuts in the album is what makes it. I don't know. I'm a sucker for bridges and like violin breaks and extended samples, all of the things because it just makes it feel like this album is cinematic. This album is album of the year like. And I felt like he did a great job with that. I'm still on Billy Too Heavy. Neon Tate's album is really good. His new album's really good as well. Um, Deontay Hitchcock. I haven't finished his entire new album, Tate's new album, but the intro, bro, the intro track on it. Hold on, let me show him some love. Let me show him some love. The intro track on it is insane. He's just talking about once again realism. Like I like people being real, and he's just talking about being kind of signing for 10,000 and running through the money in like less than a week because but he had to take it because music is the way that he's eating right now. Good things take time. Breakthrough is the first track. It's just great. And he's saying like he was on the Dreamville album because Deion Hitchcock Tate is in a weird position where he's known, but he's still like kind of in between the underground and mainstream. Like I put BK the Ruler there. I put Destroy Lonely, Ken Carson, Kenny Mason, like all of those type guys. Tay, Like I put all those guys in the not quite mainstream, but everybody knows them, and I feel like it'll be disrespectful to underground artists and independent underground artists to say that they're underground. But yeah. But anyways, he's talking about how he was on the Dreamville album and how Cole met him and stuff like that, and he said he was a fan of his, and he's like, "What? That's crazy." The Dreamville album came out, and he said everybody was gassing him, but what is how you never know how it feels like when everybody's gassing you, you can't even afford to put gas in your car. Like it was, it's just like bars like that I was like, yo, this is stupid. Like, and I feel like Billy too has the same type of honesty and raw rugged. I think people rapping about struggle, but people just being real is so appreciated. Like flexing is cool, but when you could really break down what you struggled with in your story and describe it in a way that is very unique with wordplay and bars and stuff like that, I think it makes it French kiss. It's like a perfect balance of all that stuff that makes a good album, a good rap album. And I think this is a good rap album, by the way, Fogtavious Vandross too. And I'm not just saying this because I want another interview with him. I'm saying this because I legit think it's a good album. Just first listen, I really appreciate the depths that he went to and the effort that he gave it. So shout out to Foggieraw. Y'all make sure y'all check that out if any of that stuff is your cup of tea. If it's not, keep it moving. All right, next thing.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.